Anna Francis's son Alex was born with a severe form of cerebral palsy. She had trouble finding suitable educational toys for him.
Little Alex was the inspiration to start an internet business selling equipment and toys for children with disabilities.
Hello. Early in the morning, I went to London to see the little puffs standing in a row.
Alex Francis is never happier than when his nana comes over.
Did you like that, love? Hey?
And if Alex is contented, that gives his mum precious time to catch up on work. Anna Francis runs Little Beacons, a home-based internet business that provides toys and practical equipment for children with disabilities. The business came about because Anna needed to find ways to occupy Alex.
For me to go shopping, it's just awful. Alex just cries and whinges, but I could go onto my site and Christmas shop for all my children. Are you touch it?
Alex was born with a severe form of cerebral palsy.
Good boy. He was overdue, and what has happened is there had been some bleeding on the placenta that we hadn't picked up on, which caused a hypoxia, which is a lack of oxygen. So he wasn't so flesh when he came out, which caused massive damage to his brain. So he's now got spastic quadriplegia and dystonic cerebral palsy. What does it feel like? Is it nice? Because of the damage being so extensive, it's left him visually impaired. So his range of vision is about a metre, but I think it has got better. So all these boards are what got the ball rolling, really. I just made a range of tactile boards that are all double-sided for Alex because he keeps very fisted. So they encourage him to open his hands out. Am I boring you? So that they make a sound so he can hear it. Do you like this one? The therapist that we had at the time really liked them and asked if I could just make some for some of their kids. And it's just growing.
Alex has now learnt to signal yes and no answers, making life a lot easier.
Undecided? Do you want me to turn the telly on? Yeah. Do you want to watch Sesame Street? Yeah. He's quite clear with his yes and no. We're quite lucky there. He shakes his head quite clearly for no and taps his left hand for yes. So as long as he's not too stressed or too excited, he's quite clear. Can you find the sheep?
The sound puzzle is one of Anna's most popular toys. It's ideal for kids who are blind or visually impaired.
You find the cow. These sound puzzles are good because they can follow the sound. So if they can't see so clearly, they can hear it. Is that the chicken? And they're rewarded without having to see the fact that they've fitted it in. Oh, where's the chicken?
Anna and Alex have been largely home-based these last 3 years.
We're going to go to school now.
Early attempts at preschool weren't successful, but he's now going to conductive education, a program designed for children with learning difficulties.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
CD-ROMs operated with a switch that kids can easily master are popular items on Anna's Little Beacons website.
Yeah, I think that computers will be his life, basically, because the technology now is just incredible. The programs that they've got, they basically learn everything. They learn to talk, make choices. So if his verbal development doesn't develop to a point where he can ask somebody what he needs, he can make his choices through a computer in a way that it won't take too long, and anybody can understand what he wants.
The best way conductive education believes children learn is in play situations within group settings. So just incorporating what he likes and what he knows and with the other children to use as well.
If you're itchy and you know it, scratch your nose. Scratch, scratch. If you're itchy and you know it, scratch your nose. If you're itchy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're itchy and you know it, scratch your nose.
Eventually, I think he will end up probably being better with teacher aides and the teachers. They'll push him along physically and cognitively so that he can start seeking some independence.
It's time for Alex to go home now. So we're going to say goodbye to Alex. So you're going to wave? Bye. Bye.
We go home.
Good waving.
Back home now for a bit of quiet time with Nana before his brothers get home from school.
It was drowsily warm with dozens of bees lazily buzzing through flowers and trees. Harry McClary decided to choose a space in the shade for his afternoon snooze. Turn the page for Nana. That's the boy.
It's a fly, a squeezy fly.
And his two other boys also enjoy the Little Beacon's toys.
Yum.
Many of her bestsellers are simple, inexpensive toys that all the kids in any household can enjoy.
These toys are all just simple toys, but they all have a really big use. They're just for strengthening their arms, strengthening their grip, the tactile, the auditory, the visual. It's the simple things that have the biggest effect because they can cater to any need, but in such a good way. These are very popular. These are cool because they go in the water, in the bath, or just in a bowl. Alex plays with them in a clear casserole dish, so he doesn't have to be in the bath to play with those ones.
Although running Little Beacons gives her little time for rest, Anna wouldn't have it any other way.
It's just to save my sanity, really, because otherwise you just go to bed and you think about upcoming wheelchairs and hip operations and things that you just don't know when they'll eventuate. So for me, it's been good to be able to go to bed and think about stock and going and playing with toys at the suppliers.
What she does know is that having Alex as a little brother has brought the best out of Sam and Ben.
It's funny, all the reasons that we thought it would be so terrible for our family to have a child with such high needs have turned out to be all the things that are good, that have taught everybody, you know, how special Alex is to have and to know, and all their friends will benefit. And he's such a happy wee guy. Everyone around him he makes happy.